Welcome to the channel. I'm Kevin, an Irish citizen from the UK carving out a new life in Spain. Mountain biking brought me here, and now this incredible landscape is home. Join me on my adventures as I ride the epic trails and shape my off-grid home in the mountains near Valencia. Another beautiful day in the mountains. Actually had some really well needed heavy rain in the last couple of days, so very unusually there's the odd puddle on the fire road this morning. If you look out across there, you can see it's the start of a nice day. Always a shame to be leaving, but heading back to the UK to collect a new acquisition which is going to become home for a little while whilst I get my house renovated. Still waiting on that to go through. The house process buying in Spain seems to be just as difficult and convoluted as the UK can be, but I was warned of that. Still, good things come to those who wait. So here we are in the UK, and more to the point at South Coast Auto Detailing. And the reason we're here, or the reason I flew out of Spain, was because we have a new acquisition. This wonderful 1997 Mercedes Hymer, which will be my home for the foreseeable few months, because the house that I'm buying needs complete reform. So we're here today with my mate Pete at South Coast Auto Detailing to give the old girl a little clean up. So yeah, we'll get on with it. Pete, hard at work.
So we're just underneath the 1-to-1 ratio. With these, you've got gel coat to consider. Having measured the paint at 9 microns, which is
Bloody thin.
10% of a car these days.
So, trip back from the UK with my new acquisition. Set up now down at the bottom of the fire road in the Sierra Calderona National Park. It's a pretty nice spot. It's just starting to get very hot. Finally signed for the house after months and months and months. The day before heading home on the ferry for Christmas, so I wasn't able to sort anything, and was still disagreeing with the vendors over the price until 9 o'clock the night before, which I don't think was done with any malice, just a bit of ignorance, and on the basis that the fellow who had agreed the deal with us was the only person who'd ever discussed figures with me, as their little go-between, was in prison, so he couldn't confirm the price he'd agreed with me either. So there's a real pantomime. A slightly cold but exciting morning. Finally got access being sorted to the house. So this roadway here, which is just about drivable in a four-wheel drive, will over the next couple of days be made into a sort of temporary road, I guess, until I do something a bit more permanent with it. The issue being when it rains heavily, as it can do here, it washes it away. So at the moment I'm just looking for a temporary solution so I can get access to my property and land and get myself set up with the Autocaravana, where I'm going to be living for the short to mid-term while I get the renovation and repair of the house done. This chap Pepe was driven up this morning in this big machine. I'm clearing all of this. down here. So again, hopefully on this jaunt of work he'll get this bit sorted and I can still get down here on my quad, but what I want to do in the future is be able to access this little bit of roadway into my land here, because hopefully, let's say it's early days yet, my land extends down to there, to that corner, and then there's a river running down there, which is obviously dry at the moment. Yeah, so this piece of land into here, which is a lower terrace to the plane that the house is built on, will be, I hope or think, a future campsite for my motorhome, hot water caravana as they call it here, and it's a perfect spot for it, I hope, because it's a nice flat clearing. You can't see the house from here, or indeed the house won't be able to see the ugly old motorhome, and you've got incredible view up onto the surrounding mountains there. Well, a first day up the mountain of any manual work, certainly on my part. Sun's just starting to come out, which is lovely. Before we do anything, obviously got a cup of tea on the go and set up the Bluetti and Starlink, because without that we've got no comms and we're absolutely screwed. So plan today is a continuation of the work that the digger did, which unfortunately was carried out when it was quite wet and created a scene from the Somme, but we're going to look to improve this roadway. So this is now trafficable, obviously, because we've just driven down it, but we want to tidy up these edges, build that bank back up a bit, rake this out, just hand finish it really, because we've got some deliveries coming down and we just want to make it as passable as possible. Not a permanent fix, because we're going to need to perhaps make a stronger covering, or certainly put some sort of drainage in, so when it does rain again heavily it flows along that and doesn't wash the roadway away. So it begins. Just trying to make the approach look just a little more accessible. Been driving up and down here for a few days, so obviously I know that it is, and very pleased to say that the what was like driving over tomato soup has now set like bloody concrete. We have a finished, or hand finished for the moment, roadway nearing completion. So that's the first day of any actual physical work for me on site, the first of many. Just trying to work out where we're going to stick the temporary solar, because there isn't, at this time of year, the sun isn't high enough to get where we want it. There's plenty of sun down there, but I didn't really want to put it down there. Certainly not long term either, because it's a bit of an eyesore. I want to make that into a really nice area down there, but there's plenty of sun hitting down there. So it may require some of these trees coming down, which I want to do anyway, not least because they're slightly overcrowded. But that bugger there is also a little bit near to the house. So yeah, plenty to think about. Big day today, kind of like a moving in day, because the motorhome is finally going to end up at the house. So the whole point of getting this is obviously so I could live in it while I get the house sorted. So we've got to get that down there and across the roadway that we made up yesterday, which, yeah, should be a bit of fun.
Doing great. Let's go, yeah. Yeah, and you've got that. Got half a metre each side. Just keep it close on that all the way. Just keep it tight on this side. Yeah, yeah, beautiful, lovely. Yeah, yeah. Just keep it going nice and slow because it suddenly runs. Yeah, straighten up a bit. A little bit straighter, a little bit straighter. Okay, keep your turn back on. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, come on.
That'll do it. So, Autocaravana has come down the road that we made up yesterday. Just about. It was bloody tight. I knew it was going to be, but anyway, we've done it. So, yeah, just that corner there that was tight. Which is now the old bus on site, which is great. Now a lovely morning. We'll get it in there later on. And that's how you do that. Got the autocaravana in place temporarily, but at least it's pretty flat, so hopefully the gas fridge and everything will fire up until I get the power sorted. Tomorrow we have a delivery of aggregates coming to make up the start of the driveway here, so we're just going to go and sort that out. But yeah, there's the old bus. So relatively level. It's not a bad view up round there. 1, 2, 3, 4.